Hello and welcome to the Guns, Gold, and Silver video for EcuadorCentral.com. This is a really good video. I like the Guns, Gold, and Silver. Guy from America loves guns, right? Gold and silver is what we're all about. So down here in Ecuador, hey, they love guns too. But recently, almost 2 years now, it's be July 2009. It's now June 2011. 2 years ago, in July, the government took away, the president actually took away the right to carry arms in Ecuador. So before that date, it was really incredible because the first time I came down here, I got on an airplane to go from Cuenca to Quito, and the guy in front of me shows his passport to board and goes up to the where you run through the radar machine, and he pulls his gun out, his empty magazines, and he throws them down on the counter and lets the gun go through the conveyor belt to see what it is. And so it's like he wasn't putting it in a box, he wasn't hiding it, and he had it under his coat when he got there. Well, of course, he gets to the other end and they want to see his license. But it was cool because when it was all done, the guy got on the plane with his gun. He had the gun and the magazines with him, and he got on the plane. And it was like, I'm in the right country. Well, then, a year after, they close it down. So, but the thing is that during that time, you could carry any weapon you could buy. If you could get an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, you could carry it downtown Cuenca. And as long as you had a license, you were cool. Well, the police didn't like this because they had, 9mm and 38 revolvers, and that's all they had. And they're like, how are we going to, ever defend ourselves? And that was the excuse. I mean, obviously, that kind of thing wasn't happening with people running around with these kind of weapons. In any case, the right to carry is no longer. It could come back, but you can't even put a gun in your car and drive to another location at this point. At least as a foreigner, you shouldn't. So what I do is I always have an Ecuadorian carry it for me in their car. So in any case, you can still buy guns. They're expensive. For example, a 9mm Glock in the United States would be $450, $500 for a brand new one. Well, because there's been no brand new guns allowed to import into Ecuador since 2003, you have to buy what's here, and a lot of them are new. They're in really good shape because people don't shoot them. But something like that would cost you about $1,800 for that which you could buy in the U.S. for $450 or $500. And the rounds for that 9mm round is $1.10, and that's if you buy a bunch of boxes. So it's getting harder to get them, but you can still get them. And the thing that I would recommend is if that you're a person who wants the guns, better be one of the first things you do when you get here is to buy them, because there's a one world government out there and they don't want you to have guns. And if you don't think that's true, go look what Obama's trying to do right now. He's trying currently here in the end of May, June 2011 to get a global arms ban on small arms. Well, small arms is all we have, the people. And so, hey, you can't buy large arms anyway, and so now if there's a ban on small arms, what does that mean? That means you get none. So my take on that. Gold and silver is the next subject. Silver and gold are sold for quite a different system down here. They do it by the grams, and for some reason they really rack the price up above spot. Now sometimes when you're buying, it might be lower, not as high over spot, but getting silver is really hard because they melt it all down and they don't have the coins like we do. And so what you might get a whole handful of powdery little beads that look like little BBs, but they're all silver that came right out of the mine. Unless you know how to check that to make sure that it's pure, I don't recommend you buying it. I'm getting a little better, a little closer to being able to know what that means and how to do that, but I'm not there yet. So what I do is I've got a network of people that are coming from the United States and Canada that are buying and selling silver and gold. And so some of them, they'll bring the gold. More popular here are the gold coins because you can bring $10,000 really easy and just, and currently it's like $30,000 or $40,000 for a roll of coins. It was pretty high there for a while. And so, you know, $30,000 for a roll of 20 ounces of gold is fairly easy to carry. Whereas if you bring that kind of cash and silver, it's going to be, you know, 40 pounds or something. And so with the TSA going wild, you know, what are you going to do? So you're going to bring the gold probably. So there's a lot more gold down here than silver in the fashion of coins. And so, so currently it is pretty high to buy silver. We're starting to get more and more people bringing it now, and but a lot of people are holding it because there's so much more gold and it's easier to flip the gold. But currently the gold is $25 over spot when you're buying or selling. Okay, and so we're actually doing very good, because in the U.S. you could be paying $25 over spot, and then plus like a $50 premium on an eagle, a gold eagle. Whereas here we're just doing a gold eagles. Doesn't matter what it is. It's $25 over spot. So it works out pretty good. Now silver currently is at least $5 over spot. It depends on how much it costs to get it here, because sometimes we're having to pay people, you know, give them a free plane ticket to bring silver. So, you know, if we got to pay for the plane ticket plus we're paying $3 over spot, it's going to be anywhere from $5 to $10 over spot for silver. So it's about that anyway if you go to the stores, if you can even get it at the coin dealers here. So anyway, that's a generalization of the guns, gold, and silver video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we'll see you in Ecuador.